Clarity tonight on the reported pullout of Sunwing Air service out of Canada. Internet services restored. And budding writers getting a few helpful tips.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
The Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. The Grand Bahama economy could suffer another blow as the Canadian airline Sunwing is planning to pull out in 2019. The airline is blaming the government for their decision to cease services to this northern island. Sunwing claims that they were unable to get the government to extend their existing agreement, which had been in place for the past 4 years. Well, tonight, the Minister of State for Grand Bahama is providing some clarity on the issue, calling Sunwing's demands unreasonable. Italia Hall has our top story.
Sunwing did not pull out. We rejected the position that Sunwing put forward.
The Minister of State for Grand Bahama, the Honourable Kwesi Thompson, says Sunwing, the Canadian airline, provided service to Grand Bahama at a cost. He says originally the government negotiated with Sunwing on the purchase of the Grand Lucayan Resort property as well as the provision of airlift.
They were a part of the wind deal. They were going to provide the airlift in the wind deal. And as you are aware, the Prime Minister was very, very detailed in the reasons why we rejected the wind deal. They asked us for items that no reasonable government could have been expected to pay.
The minister says Sunwing wanted a 7-year commitment from the government to provide the summer program at a cost of $4 million every year.
And they wanted it to increase by 10% every single year. This was completely unacceptable to the government. And this is why I say it was not a situation where Sunwing pulled out, but it was a situation where the government rejected the position that Sunwing was putting forward.
He went further to explain the request by the Canadian airline.
They also wanted us to bypass the advertisement for jobs to Bahamians, which in our view was unacceptable, because if there was an available job for Bahamians, we have a duty to ensure that we advertise it and that we ensure that every available opportunity is provided to Bahamians. They also wanted us to agree to terms that if we gave them concessions, that we were not able to give those same concessions to anybody else on the island.
Minister Thompson says the Ministry of Tourism will soon provide the public with information on how much airlift Sunwing provided and the amount it has cost the government. He says the government cannot allow any investor to hold them hostage.
This government made it clear that Grand Bahama is a priority for us. But it is not a situation where we are going to allow any developer to hold us hostage and to cause us to continue to pay millions and millions and millions of dollars.
He says Bahamians should not be discouraged by Sunwing's departure in 2019 as their demands were not in the best interest of the country. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
The Minister of State for Grand Bahama, the Honourable Kwesi Thompson, says the government is now charting its own course and is taking control of the situation. He says there is a requirement by all of the persons who are interested in purchasing the Grand Lucayan Resort, which is an airlift component.
We would not sell it to someone unless there is an airlift component to the deal, which means that if we sell the hotel, which is our intention, if we sell the hotel within the next few months, which is our intention, that will include an airlift deal. So even if Sunwing does not provide us with the what they were providing us with before, the new purchaser will also have an airlift component to that deal.
He says the nation's leader made it clear about the government's marketing strategy and Bahamas Air will be utilized.
If we are going to pay millions and millions of dollars to airlines for airlift, then maybe we should take a look at Bahamas Air And maybe we should take a look to ensure that we utilize Bahamas Air. We utilize our own. And so we are doing that now, where we are utilizing Bahamas Air, who is going to have packages for the hotel to provide airlift for the hotel here in Grand Bahama. We are also in discussions with Bahamas Paradise Cruises, who also has been very valuable in bringing passengers and bringing overnight passengers to Freeport. And they are talking to the hotel right now about providing package deals for the hotel.
Cable Bahamas internet service interrupted for 24 hours after a massive system failure. ZNS News has learned that equipment failure is to blame, and as a result, some 4,000 consumers on Grand Bahama were affected. The interruption occurred around 1 p.m. yesterday, and officials tell us that new equipment was flown in from the manufacturer today. Repairs were made, and internet services were restored shortly after 1 p.m. today. In news from the crime beat, police in Abaco are still searching for Rashad Fox, the suspect wanted in connection with the disappearance of Mario Sawyer. Sawyer was allegedly shot in Sandy Point, Abaco in mid-September. Unconfirmed reports say his body was then placed into the backseat of a vehicle, and Fox then drove off with Sawyer's body. Officer in charge of Abaco, Chief Superintendent Kevin Mortimer, providing an update on that situation. He says while a body was found on a beach in Crossing Rocks a few weeks ago, they were awaiting confirmation on the identity.
We are still in search of Rashad Fox. We are continuing to ask the public if they know of any information that can assist us in locating him. Please call the nearest police station, 911. We'll be gratefully appreciative of any information you will provide to us. We need not even name. Just give us the information. We'll be more than happy for that.
While the search continues for suspect Rashad Fox, Mortimer says police are continuing to make their presence felt throughout the island with a number of road checks.
In the possession very soon of the laser project speed gun. That should be very soon. And we will help to sensitize the motoring public to remain within the speed limit on the highways. As you know, the roads are very enticing. So we're going to ask the public to please drive within the speed limit and drive with due care and attention.
Operation Sunset Strike and Operation Touchdown of the Northern Region, resulting in the arrest of several suspects for outstanding warrants and possession of dangerous drugs. Police and immigration officers in Central Abaco launched Operation Touchdown yesterday. 40 persons were cited for various traffic infractions, 4 persons arrested for outstanding warrants, and 5 persons arrested for immigration offenses. Operation Sunset Strike taking place between the hours of 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. yesterday. 5 persons were arrested for outstanding warrants and possession of dangerous drugs. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.